Hey y'all, Rick Fearless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punch Wally Garage, Fearless Services. Good morning. How you doing? All right. Today is Saturday, September the 7th, 2024, year of our Lord. Season number 2, episode number 251. In today's show, we will cover Dallas Cowboys. We will cover Texas Stadium. We will cover motivation. Let's go. In My Life, the 366 Project, coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas in a powerful CHUMP studio. Today's show is brought to you by Reliable Diamond Tool. That's ready2.com, REDITOO.com. Check them out. Also brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. If you got a $100 head, then you go ahead and wear a $100 helmet. But to tell you the truth, I ain't never seen a $100 head. Your head, whether you know it or not, is priceless, like mine. Wear a Simpson. They are the best. We are a dealer. Strokers Dallas Merch, MERCH.com. We are also a dealer for Extreme Charge. So that's one everybody's talking about right there. That's that Extreme Charge XC400. It's the best battery maintenance charger on the planet. We're selling a ton of them. It's something that I have used for over 20 years. I've got 50 of them going now. This morning I've been driving my Toyota the last few days, and today I decided to drag the 55 Chevy out of my garage, which I keep it on the tender, and it hadn't been started in probably 3 weeks. Turned right over, cranked right up, and you know what I did when I cranked it up? I unplugged it, and I plugged this into my Toyota. I want a hot battery. If I've got a vehicle and I ain't driving it, it's plugged into the Extreme Charge. StrokersDallasMerch.com. Today, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine goes back to 1971. So in 1971, my brother and I were 14 and 15 years old. So back then at the Texas Stadium, where the Dallas Cowboys used to play, the vending was different back then. It wasn't companies. It was people that wanted to work. So if you were 14 or older and you showed up 3 hours early wearing white pants and a white shirt, they would let you be a vendor. So my brother was always huskier than me, so he got to be a vendor. You know, you'd go walk up and down those aisles, up and down them stairs. He'd always carry Cokes or peanuts or, you know, something, hot dogs. And I was always a little sickly kid with asthma, so I'd carry cotton candy or popcorn, you know, light stuff. But the real reason we did that was not so much the money. We wanted to watch the game. So what we would do is we'd go up and down them stairs, selling as much stuff as we could. And then somewhere towards the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, we would take our tickets and cash out, and we would go find some empty seats, and we'd watch the rest of the game. It's cool because, you know, Mom or Pop would drop us off, 3 hours early at the Texas Stadium before the game and pick us up a couple hours after the game. We used to pick up programs and souvenir cups, and we had scrapbooks. We would take the scrapbooks and anything in the newspaper about, the Dallas Cowboys, we would cut it out and put it in the scrapbook. I wonder what happened to those scrapbooks. We must have had a dozen of them apiece. I don't know. Seems like it went over to my Mema's house, and I don't know what happened from there. So I'm watching a replay of Minnesota versus Indiana with Caitlin Clark, and I've never watched WNBA before, but there's something about the excitement that Caitlin Clark has brought to the game, to the WNBA. And then when you start watching it, these girls are talented. I mean, Caitlin Clark is insanely talented, but there are a lot of insanely talented girls in that league. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to be a part of that. She just made a runner, a one-handed runner up in the lane. Caitlin did. It's kind of cool to watch. Kind of cool to watch. All right. Speaking of kind of cool, let's check that chuck. Check that chuck. You big. Woo! Hey, man, I remember these. These are sleek. Yeah, they're a checkerboard. It's a light checkerboard. See, it's kind of a black and a kind of a green. I love that black and white stitched logo. White toe, white so double black racing stripes, 2 Venhos, white shoestrings, 1 eye down, double knotted for safety. These are, say it with me, y'all, these are some handsome chucks. So did you know that I collect bottles of Marilyn Merlot? So those are all bottles of Marilyn Merlot. I think there's a couple of bottles of Elvis or Southwest Airlines or some other cool stuff in there. But a lady was in one time and she told me one of them bottles was worth a bunch of money. So I've been collecting them forever. I don't even know if they make them anymore. Marilyn Merlot. I don't even drink. What was my grandma? That's what we all want to know. What was my grandma and grandpa doing 75 years ago today? Let's see, what's the date? September 7th, 1949 was a Wednesday. Dick plowed at Mrs. Hurd's house. I went to town after I got gas. I guess getting gas was a big deal back then. I got gas today too. And this evening, I went to the club. What club did they have out there? So I got gas in my 55 Chevy today. And I swear, 3 different carloads of people pulled up, went nuts over my car, and were taking pictures. And this is at midnight at the gas station, the Quick Trip, at 183 and O'Connor, and the joint was buzzing. Dad joke, why can't you play hockey with pigs? Because they hog the puck. Get off the couch, a motivational minute. When you whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Either way, you're right. What does that mean, Rick Fairless? That means have a positive attitude and you'll be right, because if you have a negative attitude, you'll be right about that. So today is Saturday. We got live music today from 1 to 5, and also live music from 7 to 11. We will have the bus open up. The beer bus will be open up. We got a new girl named Christina that's going to start today. So I think she'll do fine. And the weather is supposed to be in the low to mid 80s the next 2 days. Don't that sound wonderful to you? I talked to my cousin Deanna yesterday. You know, we're getting ready to go to Sayre in a few weeks, and she said they were 104 out there in Northern California. That's Texas weather that I am glad to share with you. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this. Did you know the real name for a hashtag is Octothorpe? I don't know no Octothorpe, but I do know a Jim Thorpe. That's a crazy story about Jim Thorpe, and he won those races with some borrowed shoes because he lost some or something. That guy's probably the greatest athlete that ever lived. Him or Troy Aikman, I get mixed up. Seriously, Jim Thorpe. All right, I got to go. Maybe Caitlin Clark. I got to go. I got Saturday things to get ready. Love you, Alice. Hey, see you tomorrow.